Good morning, I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the Castros. Hinahanap ko, nasan yung salamin mo? Ba't di mo suot?
Na-stop lahat yan dahil
Oo. Sabi ko, saan? Parang may kulang. Ganun.
kasi napapangitan ka sa akin walang salamin.
Grabe naman siya.
Hoy, good morning pala and happy Wednesday. Wednesday ba ngayon? Happy
Yes.
Wednesday sa lahat ng viewers natin.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And we are joined by
Second Mile Coffee.
And
Kanilang
famous-
ating staple here every Wednesday.
famous cream puffs tapos yung napakasarap nilang
Coffee.
black coffee, Brazilian coffee. Yun. Anyway, we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
Kicking off our countdown with Alas Pilipinas. Their dream run came to a screeching halt after losing to Kazakhstan. The Filipinas succumbed to the taller, more experienced Kazakhs on Tuesday, 25-23, 25-21, and 25-14. This is the Philippines' first defeat after Alas pulled off the nearly impossible and swept Pool A with 4 victories. Alas Pilipinas will still aim to secure a spot on the podium when it takes on Australia in the battle for third. Kazakhstan, meanwhile, will attempt to dethrone Vietnam in the title bout at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum later today.
Sobrang proud ko talaga sa team. Wala akong ibang words for it kasi ramdam ko na lumalaban kahit dehado kami, kahit naghahabol kami, kahit mabilis kaming napupuntusan ng Kazakhstan. Feel ko pa rin na gustong-gustong lumaban ng bawat isa sa amin, whether inside the court or sa bench namin. Kailangan mas higitan pa namin yun.
I remember you said that yesterday. Tingnan natin yung magiging laban nila with Kazakhstan
Tsaka,
kasi nga malakas ang Kazakhstan.
Tsaka wag naman yung mga memes na, dami mga nagkakalat ng memes against yung Filipinas.
Oh, bakit?
Kaya nga I'm saying mga alat Pilipinas.
Oh.
Wag naman ganun. It's just, you have to remember, itong pag-form itong volleyball team natin, mabilisan.
Mabilisan eh.
Tapos number 2, Kazakhstan is really a powerful team. Ang ranking nila is what, 37?
They have a history of
Number 37 ba or 47 in the world, whereas yung new ranking ng Alas Pilipinas now is 55, all the way from the 60s. So maganda pa rin ang improvement natin sa overall standing. Congrats pa rin.
Congrats pa rin. At Pinoy pride pa rin.
Next up ata is men. Men sa volleyball naman. Nag-release na sila ng lineup. Abangan naman natin.
But at
Congrats
least
pa rin.
this is a learning experience sa lahat din ng kind of sports that we have, no, na sinasalihan natin. Na talagang paigtingin yung pagpa-practice. Diba?
Yes.
Hindi yung kung kailan malapit na yung wala naman ako sinisisi.
Pero yung
But you know what I mean.
yung first 2 sets naman, madikit eh. Madikit ang laban. So to go up against a team that's been together for a longer time, yung Kazakhstan, and taller, bigger, di ba?
Yeah.
More athletic. Congrats na lang.
Congrats.
Diba?
They're going to battle for
Could you imagine kung mas
bronze.
mahabang preparation?
Oo. So, ang galing.
Yung Australia naman natalo na natin, so medyo kapanan natin how they play. So good luck yan.
Okay, let's continue with our countdown. Arriving at the 9th spot is President Marcos's foreign trips. The president is in Brunei today for a 2-day stay visit. The Philippines and Brunei signed 3 memorandum of understanding focused on tourism and maritime cooperation. They also inked a letter of intent to renew their MOU on food security and agricultural cooperation. The president also visited the Filipino community in Brunei and urged them to return to the Philippines and invest their money in their home country. After Brunei, Marcos will fly to Singapore to deliver a keynote speech at the ISS Shangri-La Dialogue, an annual intergovernmental security forum. So, usap-usapan nga yung pagdalo ni President Bongbong Marcos sa Brunei dahil this actually continues kung ano daw yung sinimulan ng tatay niya for 40 years ago.
Yes.
It was his father who you started the relationship, no, with Brunei.
Actually, matagal ng long time partner ng Pinas
Yes.
ang Brunei. And Brunei is very rich in oil and gold and minerals. So,
Yes.
one of the richest nations. Quiet lang sila, very simple army if meron man lang. Pero ang leverage nila over the community, international community is yung oil reserves nila.
Exactly.
Tsaka yung gold
And
nila.
I remember they have been with Philippines, so they've been helping the Philippines for the past years also, especially during the pandemic.
Yes, oo.
Di ba, nagpadala sila ng mga testing kits, vaccines, etc. So, talagang matagal na yung na-forge na relationship with Brunei.
Ganda yung mga stories nila sa Brunei. Yung palace daw is made, some parts of the palace in Brunei daw is made of pure gold.
Wow.
Talaga
I
very
wanna go
rich
there
nation.
talaga.
Very rich nation.
Ang ganda.
Oo.
Ang ganda ng Brunei daw. Tapos, di ba nga, kaya yung Memorandum of Understanding na napirmahan ng Pilipinas at ng Brunei is more on tourism. At saka maganda rin yung, usap-usapan din ngayon yung defense.
Yeah,
Na strategic defense na supposedly kasama dun sa bilateral meeting nila. But then again, we have yet to know the details on that, kung kasama ba yung issue. Na for sure, ako feeling ko kasama yun, yung sa tumataas na tension sa West Philippine Sea.
Kasi aside from Australia and the US, we're trying to build ties, a lot of ties with people in our neighborhood.
Sa ASEAN.
Diba sa ASEAN, oo. Alright, anong sunod?
Parang nagtatanong lang sa anong sunod?
Wala talagang masabing. Coming in at top 8, at least 6 people have been reported dead due to Typhoon Aghon. The Office of Civil Defense reports that one of these deaths was recorded in northern Mindanao. 5 are from the Bicol region, but these are still for validation. There are also reported deaths in Quezon Province. The number of families affected by Aghon has also increased to over 12,400. Over 4,000 of them are staying in evacuation centers. The typhoon damaged over 20 houses and nearly 40 roads. The Agriculture Department says damage to the sector has reached nearly 12 million pesos. Laki-laki, 12 million na.
Actually, initial pa lang yan diba?
Yeah.
Pero let's talk more about the impact of Typhoon Aghon.
Office of Civil Defense spokesperson Edgar Posadas is now with us on the line. Magandang umaga po.
Magandang umaga, Sir Greco. Magandang umaga, ma'am. At magandang umaga po sa lahat ng mga at susunod sa inyong programa.
Yes, of course, we'd like to ask for an update po on yung bilang ng fatalities due to Aghon. May update po tayo?
Opo, sir. Fairly accurate naman po yung nabanggit niyo kanina.
Okay.
Isa po yung confirmed, 14-year-old girl from Misamis Oriental, sir, na nabagsakan po siya ng puno sa ulo. And there are still, tama din po yung sabi niyo, there are still 5 others being validated.
Okay.
And sila po lahat, sorry, I just have to correct, are from Calabarzon po lahat. But we will report once it's confirmed, sir.
So yung sa na-report sa Quezon, yun ang vina-validate pa rin as of today?
Yes, sir. There are 5 others reported, sir, and they are all from the Quezon province, sir. The causes of death, sir, are believed to be either drowning or trauma, sir, yung nabagsakan sila.
Okay. Thank you.
So we have yet to get the latest from Quezon naman. Pero spokes, ang ano po ba natin, yung may mga napaulat po bang mga nawawala, nasugatan, meron po bang mga lumalapit na mga kaanak na sinasabi po nila, hinahanap nila yung kanilang mga miyembro ng pamilya?
Ma'am, thank God, we don't have, for Typhoon Aghon, we don't have anybody missing. All
Right.
accounted for, and we just have yung mga a few injuries po. Isa yung na-confirm na really due to one, but we are still attributing 7 more. I'm sure tama po yung sabi nyo, because kakawala lang po nung ulan, and
Right.
our assessors on the ground, both yung LGUs and then yung ating regional offices, ngayon pa lang din po nakakapaglabas and meeting with the LGUs so that they come up with the data po.
Marami pa rin po ba? Kamustahin din po namin yung mga residente na nasa evacuation center. Kamusta po sila? Hanggang ngayon po ba ay naroon sila sa kanilang mga evacuation center?
Opo, meron pa din pong, base po sa report natin, meron pong a total of 185 na evacuation centers. Pero bumababa na po ito, ma'am. Originally, it was 440, catering to around 6,839. Originally, now 3,878 families na lang po, or 14,816 individuals in the NCR, Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Bicol Region, Central Visayas, and Eastern Visayas. Pero as we talk to the PDRIM-Os naman, the last time we spoke with the PDRIM-O of Quezon, nung nag-subside na yung mga baha, unti-unti na pong bumabalik yung ating mga kababayan doon sa kanilang mga tahanan.
Right. Sa estimate nyo po, Edgar, kailan po kaya makakauwi itong mga remaining families in evacuation center?
This is actually the call of the LGU, pero kung makikita po natin yung datos sa amin po dito, nakita ko significant yung drop ng number of, and as we speak po, baka mabawasan pa ito. So, once po that the LGUs or the authorities in the area feel that they are already safe to go home, then they declare po na uwi na sila and then they close the evacuation centers po.
Okay. Spokes, I'd like to ask, no, kasi may mga reports na pumapasok din, may mga ibang places po na pag check po nila yung water na lumalabas sa gripo, may mga nagsasabi po, minsan yung iba medyo black or brown po yung tubig. Ano po ngayon ang sitwasyon natin with regards to, of course, yung water tulad na nabanggit ko and yung kuryente natin?
Although wala na pong so far ang report po sa atin ay naibalik na, but syempre po totoo po yan, the quality of water kasi nga po bumaha. So we will look into that, sir, para the next time around we can also update you. And yun pong sa ating linya ng kuryente, sir, per our last report, we have a total of 109 municipalities and cities na nagka-challenge po dito sa kanilang nagkaroon po ng mga power interruptions, But as a whole po, na-restore na po yung 80 per hour data. 29 na lang po yung interrupted. Mostly po ito sa Calabarzon at saka sa Mimaropa, sir. 23 and
okay.
respectively.
Ito po, meron po ba kayong update na dun po sa gaano kalaki ang pinsala po nitong Typhoon Aghon regarding po sa infrastructure
Kasi may
and of
nabanggit
course sa
tayong number.
agriculture? O kanina po 12.
12, baka may
baka
update
po may
pa.
update na po kayo dun.
Opo, I just have ipagpaumanhin po ninyo, I just have the numbers right now, but the actual cost po, wala pa po ako kasi I still have to wait for the reports, But I think pag natapos po yung rapid assessment natin, makapag-report tayo po in the next few days regarding this. Pero insofar as damages is concerned po, may nagsasabi nga po, like in Quezon, ang pinakamalaking na damage sa kanila ay yung agriculture. Yun yung sinasabi nila. But I think we still have to really validate and look at the figures para masabi natin talaga na hindi yun talaga yung pinaka-na-damage.
Opo. Panghuli po, sir, kasi ang sabi ng Pag-asa, estimated na pag-alis po sa Philippine Air Responsibility nitong Typhoon Aghon will be today in the afternoon. Ngayon po ba, nagsisimula na rin po ba yung mga clearing operations doon po sa mga affected areas? Kasi may iba po tayong mga reports din and mga sinasabi po na nahihirapan din po yung ibang magpadala ng kanilang mga tulong because of some of the roads are impassable.
Ako, ang naman po ba, dun sa itis ng ating Pangulo before he left for Brunei, na talagang ibigay lahat yung mga assistance, lalo na nga po, I agree with you, ito pong napaka-importante po kasi ng mga road network, But as we speak po, meron tayong na-note na 38 po, 38 roads affected in Region 3, Calabarzon, and Region 5. And as of now po, 5 na lang yung kinukumpuni, And yung isa pong bridge sa Region 5 ay nakumpuni na. So, ang ano po natin kasi dyan is yung immediate talaga na pag-repair as part of response po. So, this is really very important for relief efforts nga po. And then for the usual commerce po, yung kalakalan and yung commerce talaga to proceed.
Yes, folks, as compared to last year, would you say that itong unang bagyo natin na sumalubong sa atin this year was surprisingly mas devastating? Oo, because although we were prepared, everyone was warned in advance, pero madaming nagulat nung pagising nila sa umaga na madami palang natamaan, na naapektuhan.
Maraming binaha.
Oo.
Again, sir, I still have to, there's a science-based to. You have to pardon me. I still have to wait for the data. But bottom line, sir, I think what's important is, kagaya po sa Endrimosi, Antimano, when we received napapasok na siya, we raise the alert immediately to red para we don't leave anything to chance po, no? So we take care of everything, and then ganoon din po, no? Siguro lang na one step forward lang tayo palagi. We do not underestimate na, although wala naman pong 100% na forecast, no? Maganda naman po ang forecast ng Pag-asa, pero syempre po, merong room for yung surprises, palagi natin sinasabi yan, yung behavior ng bagyo. So we have to be prepared for that. I think that's one of the lessons na nakuha natin ngayon.
All right. With that, thank you for joining us on the line. OCD spokesperson Edgar Posada. Stay safe and we'll keep updated with you, sir.
Thank you for the support, sir. Have a good day.
Ang mainam dun kasi dun sa mga sinabi nga ni spokesperson Edgar Posadas ng Office of Civil Defense ay nagsa-start na yung clearing operations. Some bridges are already being repaired. Kasi 'di ba, doon nakita natin sa mga report yung may mga tulay na nawasak or naabutan ng baha. And these bridges are very important sa mga affected kasi yung mga small towns nagko-connect, 'di ba? Hindi makadaan, hindi nila magawa yung mga dapat ilang gawin for the day. So importante. And yung mga residents na nasa evacuation centers, most of them are going home na rin. Hopefully nga today lahat.
Sabi nga nila na they're also verifying reports about yung water situation. If it's safe. Because yung mga ibang place nga daw nga na nabaha yung pipe. So medyo check nila kung pwede na buksan. Parang yung kuryente, yung mga linya, if clear na, then they will turn on the electricity in the places that were worst hit.
And also yung mga line of communication. Kasi di ba minsan medyo hindi pa rin okay yung linya ng komunikasyon, medyo malabo pa rin or nagpuputol-putol.
Yes. Anyway, paalis na si Aghon ngayon. Stay safe pa rin. And keep updated. Siyempre, dito kayo mag-update sa One News.
Dito sa One News, dito sa Brunch.
The whole day tayong nagbabalita sa One News.
Exactly. Alamin po ninyo kung ano pa yung mga laman ng aming countdown for today. But for the meantime, coming up, President Marcos signs the Eddie Garcia Law. How can this law protect the welfare of workers in the TV and movie industry?
And what was Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia's reason for resigning from former President Duterte's political party, PDP Laban? Aba,
hunting season.
Umiinit, kaya dapat manood pa rin sila dito. Kaya alis!
Mamaya po, babatiin natin yung mga nanonood sa atin via Facebook. But we are just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. Good morning. You're still watching Brunch here on One News.
Yon, ito good morning kay Mirna
Navales.
Radok
sorry.
from Cavite and Minda Navales naman. Good morning daw and God bless.
Si Sam Pokemon Go.
Kay Jaime Barcelano, good day daw sa brunch atin. From Bulacan siya ha. And si Sam
Alex
Pokemon Go.
Fuentes.
Alex Fuentes.
Nanonood din.
Si
Mga
Gary,
usual
si Gary Field tahimik pa rin.
Oo, nasan kaya siya?
Of course, si Vladimir. Good morning, Vlad.
Okay, let's continue with our countdown. Okay, for our top 7, as a new variant of COVID-19 spread in several countries, including the Philippines and neighboring countries, Singapore and Thailand, health ministers and scientists are in discussion on how to manage the situation. This while they prepare for the next virus that will cause another pandemic. One News editor Jovi Francisco filed this report.
Health officials and scientists from all over the world are in Geneva for the World Health Organization's yearly assembly. On top of the agenda, to find ways of improving readiness for deadly diseases. But even before the assembly, the aim to finalize a pandemic treaty that has been on the table for more than 2 years was shelved. Though the proposed treaty include learnings from the COVID-19 pandemic and substantial scientific data about viruses, the discussions ran into disagreements over info and technology sharing between countries. This even if the recent pandemic showed us the need for global cooperation because pathogens have no regard for territories and borders. WHO officials now call on member countries to set aside differences for the sake of humanity.
I remain confident that you still will, because where there is a will, there is a way.
These concerns were raised during a recent virtual forum dubbed as Fair Treatment, the place for therapeutics in future pandemics.
Imagining a situation where we have a new pandemic and we can't make a vaccine, or it takes 10 years to make a vaccine, not 1 year.
Aside from info and tech sharing, the panel zeroed in on other learnings from the COVID-19 pandemic, including the need to give therapeutics or meds given post-exposure the same attention given to testing and vaccines when a new outbreak occurs. Dr. Sharon Lewin noted that if the same speed of research and approval was applied to antiviral drugs during the first wave of COVID-19, millions of lives could have been saved. And even before the unfortunate fate of the pandemic accord in Geneva this week, scientists and groups have been racing against time to prepare for the next battle against a virus. Like the privately funded Coming Global Center for Pandemic Therapeutics that aims to develop technologies to control future pandemics.
We should be able to stop infectious outbreaks and prevent them from becoming epidemics and pandemics. Both treatment and vaccines, and of course diagnostics, need to be available where and when infectious outbreaks occur.
With a failure to reach an accord against future pandemics, the WHO Assembly can still move to change its international health regulations and basically encourage nations to work together for a healthier and safer planet. Jovi Francisco, we are One News.
Maganda itong ginagawa because tama yung sinabi sa report na yung pathogens, viruses, or bacteria, they don't know.
Walang kinikilala,
Hindi mo ako pinatapos tuloy.
Kinikilalang
Boundaries or borders.
Borders or
They
countries.
know no borders, boundaries, or countries. So basta kung saan nila gusto pumunta yung mga virus na yan, bacteria or pathogens, they're there.
Diba?
Yeah.
Na nung nangyaring ang COVID-19 pandemic.
So with that, maganda yung template na if another one happens, how does the world react automatically? Kasi anong nangyari sa COVID?
As a nation,
globally
diba?
nga. Kasi anong nangyari sa COVID sa atin is individual responses, hindi nagkatugma yung border closing, yung iba open, yung iba close, nagkakaipitan sa airport, diba?
If you can remember, it started diba in China. So
Yes,
what they did, they locked down the areas on the day itself
Immediate
na
lockdown ng
nagkaroon
China.
ng pagtaas ng kaso doon. Kunyari,
Yes.
sa Street A, they locked it down for several weeks, diba? Here naman in the Philippines, remember sabi magkakaroon ng lockdown, pero at that time the Duterte administration allowed allowed some Filipinos, diba, to
Go home.
travel and go home to their respective provinces. Which is, in fact, doon natin nakita na lalo yatang kumalat yung virus by doing that. So, in essence, no, yung pinag-uusapan dito sa Geneva.
Para hindi nakapaan. May template
may
tayo.
template na. So, for the future generation na rin, diba?
That we all agree to.
Oo. Kasi otherwise, magiging ganun ulit yung magiging mangyayari just in case magkaroon ulit ng pandemic. So, maigi na yung prepared tayo, di ba?
Sige. Let's move on to the next. Ito mainit to sa 6th spot. A man was killed in a shooting incident in Makati City yesterday. The shooting took place near the southbound portion of the EDSA Ayala Tunnel at around 2 p.m. According to the police, the 66-year-old victim was driving a white Toyota Innova. 7-year-old kid and his nanny were also on board the vehicle. The unknown suspect, who was in a black Mercedes-Benz sedan, fired shots at them. Authorities said the road rage incident may have caused the shooting. The PNP is now coordinating with the Land Transportation Office to locate the suspect. Well, based sa sinabi ng hepe ng Makati Police, parang one bullet.
Yes, ang nakita nila yung slug, 'di ba? Sa labas na.
Sa labas na. In other words, tumagos sa driver. And tinamaan daw yung driver sa back, sa may neck area. Apparently, sa may BGC pa lang daw, naggigit-gitan na silang dalawa. Hindi naman
Saka
daw,
walang sagutan na nangyari.
wala daw sagutan nangyari. Nagigit-gitan sila. Pagbaba na daw ng flyover going to the EDSA
Doon na nangyari.
tunnel, nagbusina daw yung Mercedes-Benz. Tapos,
This is according to the yaya.
tapos pinaputokan na lang daw yung driver. Wala daw nagbabaan ng bintana, wala nagduruan, wala nag bigla na lang namaril yung naka-black Benz. Oo.
So according nga dun sa kanilang investigation, ito nga yung biktima, yung driver, was driving Innova.
Yes, a white
Toyota,
Innova.
White Innova.
White Toyota Innova.
Tapos yung suspect supposedly was driving
Yes,
black
for the
Mercedes-Benz
sedan.
Grabe. Pero yun nga, I'm also concerned about the kid who's inside the car. 7 years old ito at naka-witness siya ng ganitong trauma to sa kanya. Panigurado trauma to sa kanya. But hopefully nga, hindi pa sila nag-release kasi ng information regarding the suspect.
I'm sure kasi may follow-up operation and so they're keeping it quiet muna. Basta yun ang mga details na release so far. Yung nga, the slug was found outside already sa may EDSA daw.
Pero yun nga, may mga ibang mga sasakyan doon na nadamay yesterday. Hindi lang sa traffic but also nabangga din. Dahil nga nung pagkabaril doon sa driver, nawala na ng control yung driver. Siyempre, babangga yun sa kung saan siya mapupunta. But yun nga, hopefully we can talk to the police there sa Makati, di ba? Para mas mabigyan tayo ng details regarding this. But for the meantime, yun muna yung detalye that we have.
Basta ang reminder lang sa public, relax lang sa daan, di ba? At the end of the day, gusto natin umuwi. Alam ko nakaka-stress.
Lahat tayo, importante yung oras natin.
Nakaka-stress talaga ang traffic at ang mga sitwasyon sa daan. Pero at the end of the day, gusto lang natin lahat umuwi.
Oo. Diba? I'm sure that person na nakabaril ngayon nagsisisi yan, nagulat siya sa nangyari. At syempre, wala na yung isa diba? Yung driver ng may nawalan ng anak, nawalan ng asawa, nawalan ng ama. May nawalan dahil sa pagkamatay ng driver na yun. At dahil sa init lang ng ulo sa kalsada. Kaya ikaw... Kaya ikaw, reminder lang. Doesn't mean na you do it. Dati, di ba?
Sino kaya mga victim ng wife rage? May road rage, may wife rage.
Oo. Alright, let's continue with our countdown. Entering our top 5 is the Republic Act 11996 or the Eddie Garcia Law. President Bongbong Marcos has signed a law that aims to protect the welfare of workers in the Philippine movie and television industry. The law includes provisions on working hours, wages, and benefits. It also requires employers to provide an agreement or employment contract. The law was named after the late veteran actor who died in an accident during a television series shooting in 2019. In an interview with The Big Story, Garcia's stepson and one Pacman party list representative Mikey Romero said the late actor's death is not in vain anymore.
It's a useless or yung talagang the death na It's parang walang kinahinatnan, no? So sabi ko sa sarili ko, his death should be not in vain. So I started to think and sabi ko, siguro ang gusto sabihin ni Tito Eddie dito is that in his death, he has to protect the welfare of the whole industry.
Yes,
Of
maganda
course,
yan.
congratulations,
Oo, congratulations.
diba?
Maganda yan because it aims to yung at least man lang like provide other benefits sa mga actors, people on set.
Oo, yung production staff most especially dahil yan yung talagang inaabot din ng this oras ng gabi or kinabukasan na nagsiset up, etc.
So I remember during the 90s or
O kayo,
sa
di ba?
2000, when we, like for example nagkaroon ako ng severe allergy, yung nagsara yung mga mata ko and I couldn't breathe.
Oo.
Tapos you were rushed to the hospital. At pag nagsisettle na ng bill, usually it's the actor or the talent or the person on set who pays for it. Kasi ang presumption is malaki naman ng TF mo. You can afford. And wala naman sa kontrata ang benefits like that. Like what if something happens on set during work hours, di ba? Hindi naka-define.
So at least ito ngayon,
Medyo
defined na siya.
Oo.
Yung work hours, di ba? Yung wages, yung health hazard facility.
Yes, ang maganda ayusin din nila yung inaano ni Res Cortez before pa.
Occupational health
Yung,
safety pala.
yung sa movie industry din, yung royalties.
Yes.
Also yan.
Yan, hindi pa yan tapos.
Wala pa, hindi pa tapos yan. Ongoing pa rin yan. So, at least like, little by little, sa mga people sa entertainment industry, may kakaroon din ng benefits.
Meron nakabinbin na proposed bill by sino ba yung dating congressman? Ninataduran.
For ano yan?
For ano naman, for
Media personnel.
media
Tas sa atin,
personnel,
oo.
di ba? Na sana ma-regularize sila, magkaroon ng benefits, etc. Pero yun, nakabinbin pa yun eh.
Iba kasi yung sitwasyon ng movie sa atin. Sila, hours on end ang trabaho nila kasi. Sa atin naman, on call and may hazard din tayo sa trabaho. So, yun ang pinag-aaralan nila, how to go about it.
Oo. Pero maraming natuwa. Actually, even before this law was passed, may mga production companies na rin are already practicing safety standards when it comes to shooting on locations.
And diba, it's just but fitting na gamit pang i-call it the Eddie Garcia law.
Yeah, because in context,
he worked up to 90 plus, diba? 90 years old siya. He's still working kasi mahal na mahal niya yung industriya. Oo.
tapos yun nga siya ay nadapa, diba?
Aksidente sa set. Yeah.
Natalapid. Yun ang ano nila
Talapid?
Trip, natalapid. Natilapid pala.
Tapilok?
Tapilok. Ganon din yun. Meron din yun. Parehas din yun.
Napalapid?
Natilapid. Diba?
Tilapon?
Natilapid, natapilok.
Tapilok, tilapid, I don't know that word.
Na-trip.
Yan ka na naman sa mga kunsinta.
Bahala ka. Pero congratulations sa
Oo.
pagpasa nitong batas na ito. Marami ang nagdidiwa.
Kung Mikey, di royalty next.
Let's move forward to our next topic for today.
Eto, umiinit na naman Our top 4 ngayon kasi is about the controversial pastor, si Apollo Kibuloy. Now, the Supreme Court approves the transfer of his child and sexual abuse cases from Davao to Quezon City. The request was made by the Justice Department. The SC says the transfer is justified to avoid local biases and for witnesses to be able to freely testify. The SC also instructed judges in other Mindanao courts to independently order the transfer of Kibuloy's records. Kibuloy and his associates have been charged for child abuse and sexual abuse offenses due to their alleged abuses of the members of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ.
Oh, ayan na. Yan yung una pa lang naman pinlano na talaga nila gawin yan. Ilipat dito sa Pasig, di ba? Lahat ng kaso niya because nga malaki-laki ang impluwensya niya supposedly sa Davao. Kaya pumayag ang korte para
They did that also nung panahon ng ano yung case na yon, yung ampatuan. Di ba? Di ba? Most of them dito na trinay dito na sa Metro because
yung influence kasi
influence,
sa Mindanao naman yan, di ba? Yung sa mga ampatuan.
Ay, may nag-comment pala na
nagbabalik yan nagbabalik sa countdown natin si Kibuloy.
Pero yung sa word daw napatid. Hindi talapid.
Natilapid.
Napatid.
Di alam ko may nitilapid din
Wala.
I will research.
May nag-comment na viewer, napati daw ang word.
Napatid.
Oo, napatid.
Alam ko may natilapid din.
Wala akong narinig.
Mga taga Laguna dyan,
Sa buong
pwede
buhay
ba,
ko, buong
ano?
buhay ko wala akong nakarinig ng word na natilapid. Ano yung tilapia?
Pag ako na may nahanap ka.
Sige, go.
Oh, sige, maghanap ka dyan. Pero eto muna, ano bang ating next topic for today? Sizzling at the third spot is China's fishing ban in the South China Sea. The Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, refused to recognize the fishing ban that covers part of our exclusive economic zone, or EEZ. China earlier announced a fishing ban from May 1 to September 16 in some parts of the South China Sea. In an interview with 1PH sa Totoo Lang, PCG spokesperson to the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, said the advisory from China is illegal because it also covers Bajo de Masinloc. He told Filipino fisherfolk to ignore the advisory and continue fishing in Bajo de Masinloc. Tariela also assured them protection from PCG and the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources.
We're not telling our Filipino fishermen na bawal sila mangisda. Para sa amin po, ang mga kababayan, mga Pilipino pa rin po natin ay pwede po silang pumalaot at mangisda rito. They don't need to honor and recognize ito pong advisory na ginawa po ng People's Republic of China.
Yun, yan ang kahapon pa natin pinag-uusapan yan di ba? Na actually off-season naman talaga ngayon doon sa area na yun.
Yeah.
And it's really kumbaga high time na magkaroon ng, usually they do that. This is not uncommon, kumbaga yung fishing ban, para magkaroon ng recovery doon sa ecosystem sa baba, sa mga fish, etc.
But
It's just that
bakit sila nag-a-announce sa fishing ban?
nag-a-announce within our exclusive economic zone. Dapat ang Pilipinas na magsasabi, no?
Yeah, because-
yun yung ano natin doon, yung angulo natin doon.
Oo, that is our zone di ba?
Yeah,
And we will determine kung ano yung mga fishing cycle natin.
Oo.
Kasi iba naman ang fishing cycle sa
Exactly.
Chinese territorial waters
Oo. So parang ikaw yung nagdidikta dun sa kapitbahay mo na mga dapat gawin sa bahay mo. Parang ganun yung nangyayari, di ba?
Ayun.
Bakit?
Okay, hindi, may nag-comment lang.
Ano yung parang may
si
pinapractice
Carlo,
ka dyan?
si Carlo kasing-kasing nag-comment.
sabi?
Ma'am, baka nagpapauso lang po kayo. Kasi
Maghanap talaga ako ng taong
walang
may
tilapid.
alam niya ng
There's no word, Angel, tilapid. I'm telling you. Napatid, hindi tilapid. Anyway,
Please,
don't
hahanap ako.
don't go away because we're not done yet. May dalawa pa tayo.
Dalawa
Stay with
pa?
us. Stay with us.
Natilap.
Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News. And thank you sa Second Mile, coffee.
Second Mile Coffee for these wonderful treats. Ang kanilang ever favorite natin na cream puff.
Na itumba ko ng isang piraso.
Oo nga, grabe ka. Habang pinagtatawanan mo ako sa word of the day natin ngayon, na tilapid.
Binuhat mo pa sarili mong
Siyempre.
I-acknowledge ko na nga sana na tama ka.
Alam mo, walang ibang maganda sa mundong ito kundi sabihin ang I told you so.
Hindi, pero hindi kasi common word yun napatid, na
Yeah,
tapilo.
pero I told you, merong word.
Oo, saan yan? Sa Laguna?
Sa Laguna. Pero yung Calabarzon area, sa Quezon, meron din yun.
Pasensya na kasi tilapid.
Ikaw kasi, you're so English.
Okay, don't rub it. Don't rub it in.
Like, you know, the trip.
Ito na naman tayo. This whole
The
episode. Anti-bullying po tayo dito, ha? This whole episode
Ang saya
natin
ko talaga,
bullied.
Carlo.
Oo. Carlo, oh.
Ang saya ko.
Okay. Bago pa magkaroon ng asin sa sugat, let's move on.
Tayo.
Now, heating up on our second spot, lawmakers are now looking to invite the father of Bamban Mayor Alice Guo to the Senate hearing. Senators want to directly ask Guo's father if the mayor is really Chinese or Filipino. The mayor's camp is also hoping that her mother will come forward for DNA testing.
Alam mo, napakaganda sana kung lumabas yung nanay niya, no? Para ma-DNA natin, matapos na lahat to. Kasi mahirap yung sumagot sa Senate. Sasagot ka pala, sinisigawan ka na.
Meanwhile, some senators dismissed concerns that the Pogo probe is now being misdirected to Guo's personal life.
Kung Pilipino siya, bakit niya rin pinayagan itong mga illegal activities, no? Command responsibility mo yan, yung ganun kalaki na property, ganun kalaki na infrastructure, hindi ka pa ba magtataka?
That is also a national security concern. Kung talagang Chinese citizen yan, how did she run as mayor?
Ayun nga. Pero the last time kasi na nag-hearing sa Senate, tinanong kung nasaan yung tatay ni Mayor Alice Guo.
Back and forth daw,
Nasa China
China
daw at that time.
Yeah.
Pero parang 1 week lang babalik din naman daw.
Kasi may business sa China din.
Oo. Pero hopefully nga, ewan ko, kung makakatulong naman nga itong
Well, sa camp,
pagpunta niya para ma-explain niya kung bakit ito ang alam ni Alice Guo kumpara doon sa nakalagay sa birth certificate.
yeah.
'Di ba? Kasi siya lang makakapagsabi niyan.
Tsaka yung
If he
DNA testing
insists.
challenge, parang gusto rin naman sana ng lawyer nila na i-DNA na rin yung mami to make sure para matapos na lahat to.
May panawagan nga.
May panawagan.
Buti nga hindi nagpunta sa Tulfo.
Oo.
Panawagan na magpakita na daw para
Kasi the issue here is yung Pogo, bakit pinayagan ng Pogo sa area niya.
Yeah.
Ngayon, syempre,
apparently, sabi dun sa Tarlac, since 2021 pa daw bawal na ang Pogo. Bakit nagkaroon ng
yung pala kung alam ng mayor yun, binigyan ng permit to operate sa Tarlac area. Yun ang isang magiging problem din.
Yun nga lang kasi nagkakaroon talaga ng problema dun sa inconsistencies na mga statements ni Mayor Alice Guo. 'Di ba? Simpleng saan galing yung pera niya, yung mga assets niya, simpleng tao siya pero meron siyang helicopter, meron siyang mga iba't ibang mga kotse, yun yung mga siyempre nilalahad na mga ebidensya against her.
Yung timeline ng wealth accumulation niya doesn't fit in with the computation ng mga senators. Paano ka aabot sa hundreds of millions of pesos from dole-outs lang na binibigyan ng daddy mo? Di ba? Kasi may isang senator nga nag-assumption na sabihin mo na at least 4 to 5 million a year ka na binibigyan ng di ba? Huwag mo sabihin na wala kang ginastos ng 10 piso. So naipon mo lahat 'yun. Tapos may outstanding loan siya sa bangko, mga 200-300 million, di ba? Para kabigyan ng loan ng bangko ng ganyan, dapat malaki ang natitirang assets mo. In other words, may asset si Mayor.
So, dapat lang talaga yung ang tawag dito, yung Senate hearing, hindi magmukhang circus.
Yes.
Diba? Para stick tayo dun sa topic, stick tayo dun sa issue, para hindi mahaluan ng kung ano
Kaya nga
pang
it's
mga
best na, sige, tapos na tayo dyan sa personality niya.
Alam natin nagsisinungaling siya dun eh.
Okay. Kung nagsisinungaling siya dyan, fine. Pero
File a case.
File a
Diba?
case, move on to the connection sa Pogo.
Yun ang gusto ko malaman eh.
And to review Pogo as an industry as a whole. Why is Pogo still allowed? Why is Pagcor still allowed to give permits for this here? It's banned in China. Dito, pwede, pero sa China
Dito, meron tayong batas, if I'm not mistaken, pwede niyo ako i-correct dyan, na parang naka-propose bill pa lang to ban pogos here.
Yeah.
Pero hindi pa siya umuusad. 'Di ba? Pero yun nga, according naman sa PAGCOR, meron silang mga rebranded na mga licenses na binibigay sa mga ganitong klase.
Iniba lang nila pangalan.
Internet gaming licenses na, hindi na
Ay,
Pogo.
nako. Pero Pogo pa rin ang operation.
Pero yun nga,
kasi offshore gaming pa rin.
Offshore gaming pa rin. Pero yun nga, 'di ba? Umpisa sabi nga natin, maganda to kasi maraming mga ang tawag dito, mabibigay na trabaho sa mga
sabi
Pilipino.
nila.
Pero ang daming crime-related cases 'di ba, involving pogos nga eh.
Ang social impact is mabigat.
Exactly.
Kasi you have AIDS cases are arising in these pogo areas. May private hospital sila.
Oo,
diba? Meron
Kaya,
kidnapping, may torture chamber.
Oo, kaya
diba?
yung sinasabi ko na doon ako interesado, ano yung connection niya talaga sa pogo at paano nag-ooperate yung mga pogo na yon sa Tarlac, and eventually, mag-open yan sa iba-iba pang mga...
Or, di ba,
yung investigation would open pa sa ibang
Is
areas.
she directly involved sa pagpogo? Is she a front? Is she a dime? Para maiwasan natin to.
Dami ba siya? Meron bang mas malaking personalidad behind it? Yun ang gusto natin malaman talaga. And yun sa usapin ng kanyang birth certificate, alam na natin, meron siyang mga inconsistencies doon.
Well, I'm sure siguro gusto
Kaya tuloy yung credibility niya, hindi na maano alam mo na merong... meron nang hindi tama.
Sabi ni Mayor, gusto rin niya malaman.
Hopefully, yun ang sinabi din niya. Tingnan natin, di ba, kung makaka-attend yung father, kung makaka-uwi nga siya from China,
At
kung nandito
if
na
the mother, si Lial, yung pangalan niya? What's the first name?
Amelia Lial.
Amelia Lial.
Yun isa pang nagiging issue din dyan kasi sabi niya wala siyang kapatid. Di ba? Love child siya. That apparently,
They traveled
may
together.
kapatid siya, tapos they have traveled together. Not
Yeah.
once. Pero tingnan natin kung ano pa yung magiging kalalabasan ng investigasyon na yan. At tayo abangers lang para ibalita natin sa mga brunchies natin.
Abangers tayo para hindi tayo matilapia.
Matilapid. Alright, let's move on with our top story for today. Our top story for today is the latest in politics. The Senate minority might expand as members of the so-called Magic 7 are considering leaving the majority. Meanwhile, Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia has resigned from PDP Laban. Here's the report.
The Senate minority only consists of 2 members, Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel and Senator Risa Hontiveros. But with the recent shakeup in the Senate leadership, some senators are considering joining the 2 minority senators. Most of them are members of the Magic 7, or the senators who opposed the ousting of former Senate President Mig Zubiri. These are former Senate Majority Leader Joel Villanueva, Senators J.V. Ejercito, Sonny Angara, and Nancy Vinay, and even former Senate President Zubiri. Villanueva said it will be good for the Senate to have more members in the minority bloc.
Imagine if there are more fiscalizers, if there are more checkers to ensure that every bill, every measure that we are tackling and passing in the Senate would really help the best interests of our people.
He is even open to the idea of leading the minority.
I am entertaining the idea. Maybe I'd be better as part of the minority or probably lead the opposition in the Senate.
Senator J.V. Ejercito echoed Villanueva's sentiments on expanding the minority bloc.
Hindi naman ibig sabihin pag nag-minority kami ay opposition na kami at galit kami sa administrasyon.
Senate President Cheese Escudero earlier said that he is open to talk to the Magic 7. But Villanueva said the emotional tension after the change in Senate leadership must die down first before talking to Escudero. Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia has resigned from PDP Laban. In her letter, Garcia said that recent events have made it clear that she is no longer needed in the political party. She cited the complaint filed by Cebu City Mayor and PDP Laban Vice President for Visayas, Michael Rama, against her. Rama's administrative complaint accuses Garcia of committing abuse of authority, oppression, grave misconduct, and graft. This is in relation with Garcia's issuance of memorandum to stop the Cebu Bus Rapid Transit Project in Cebu City. Garcia said the SRIF has formed an irreconcilable conflict with Rama. Before this, about 60 officials and members of PDP and Negros Occidental have resigned en masse. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
Well, ito na yung sinasabi na, first of all, speaking about yung Senate leadership shakeup, sinasabi nila na if nag-join yung Magic 7 sa dalawa sa minority, that is a very formidable minority in recent history. Medyo madami.
Malaki-laki.
If they do not join, ang isa pang option is to be the opposition bloc. Tapos may minority ka pa rin ng dalawa, which still, medyo malaki-laki yan in terms
As
of...
compared to dun sa previous leadership.
Oo, kasi we have 24 senators, but correct me if I'm wrong, 22 lang ang at any given time usually ang nasa floor. Kasi minsan may mga absent, hindi pumapasok or ano.
Pero yun nga si Senator Joel Villanueva, sabi nga niya, 'di ba, is contemplating, the group is contemplating joining the minority and baka siya pa mag-head ng minority.
Tsaka, let's see ano yung movement. Pero maganda yan kasi now it gives, yung sinasabi nila, fiscalizers. So nagkakaroon ng mas check and balance pa sa loob ng Senado.
Sa loob ng Senado.
But it will make life more difficult for SP Cheese Escudero because he has to be careful about kasi di ba, yung Senate leadership is giving and taking. Di ba? You have to balance the needs of the majority and the minority as well.
Exactly. Kaya nga, tapos ito, sabi nila, they'll take their time, they'll take this opportunity, yung time off nila para mapag-isip-isip o makapag-isip dun sa magiging decision nila pagbalik ng sesyon. Dahil on the other side of the fence, meron ding inaalok kay Senator Joel Villanueva na committee chairmanship. So, ang decision niya would be, 'di ba? Kumbaga ang decision niya ay mahati doon sa pag-iisipan niya between committee chairmanship or mag-head ako ng
Tsaka na lang
minority.
mag-uusap pag kalmado na.
Pag kalmado
Okay.
na.
Anyway, regarding yung issue naman about the Cebu governor, let's get that update straight from Cebu editor Dale Israel.
Hi Dale, thank you for joining us today on Brunch. First time, no?
That's first time. Ay buntag kaninyo din ha. Angelo and Angela. Governor Garcia has announced yesterday afternoon that she's resigning from the PDP Laban party of former President Rodrigo Duterte. She cited irreconcilable and untenable differences between her and suspended Cebu City Mayor Michael Rama, whom she had conflicts over several local issues here in Cebu. Garcia called up for a press conference yesterday and announced that she has sent a letter of resignation to party president Palawan Congressman Jose Alvarez, effective immediately. She said she could not believe a colleague in the party, much more a vice president for the Visayas, has filed a complaint against her at the office of the president and asked for her suspension from office. For context, the conflict between Garcia and Rama include the issue on the construction of the Cebu Bus Rapid Transit Station near the Capitol building, the power struggle at the Metro Cebu Water District, and the Cebu Port Authority. Rama filed a complaint at the office of the president because Garcia allegedly meddled in the affairs of Cebu City, which is an independent and highly urbanized city and outside of the jurisdiction of Cebu province. We asked Garcia if she's joining other national parties. She answered that for now, she will just step back and focus on her local One Cebu party. This One Cebu party covers about 95% of all elected officials of Cebu Island and are allies of Governor Garcia. According to Garcia, her relations with other members of the PDP Laban party will not be affected, even if she resigned from the party. Yesterday, also afternoon, Garcia was visited by former Senator Bam Aquino and said this has nothing to do with the resignation. She said Bam Aquino is a friend, and when she was still in Congress, and while Bam is still a senator, the former senator's father is also a longtime friend of the governor. Back to you guys.
Yes, Dale, I'd like to ask, yung issue, her issue with Mayor Rama, sinasabi is the final straw sa nangyayaring gulo sa panig nila. But were there confluence of events or a timeline na nakikita nyo na nag-contribute din sa ongoing tension na nangyayari sa partido nila?
The conflict between Governor Garcia and suspended Mayor Michael Rama started actually last January when they were actually on different opinions on where to hold the Sinulog Festival. That was last January. Governor Garcia wanted it at the original venue at the Cebu City Sports Complex, while Mayor Rama wanted it at the Southward Properties Southward Properties in Cebu City. And then here comes issue on the Metro Cebu Water District, wherein Governor Garcia sided with the existing board of directors, while Mayor Rama wanted to oust the board of directors and put in another set of board of directors. And then here's the Cebu Ports Authority issue wherein former Mayor Rama wanted to ask the CPA to secure permits on the construction of a berthing pier. And Governor Garcia said that the CPA, or the Cebu Ports Authority, is covered on a special law and it should not be under the jurisdiction also of the city.
Oo, Dave, I was wondering lang kung may nabanggit ba si Cebu Governor Gwen kung saan siya lilipat na partido after etong ang pagre-resign niya sa PDP.
What we were told by the governor was that she will just step back. She has not thought of any party because any party, or national party for that matter, and she was just focused on her local party, which she founded. That's One Cebu Party. It covers actually all her allies in the province, which is about 95% of the elected officials, the mayors of Cebu province.
Dave, taking this opportunity to ask you na rin regarding dun sa mga Bohol governors Bohol officials rather, na mga nasuspended dahil nga sa issue ng Chocolate Hills. Ito daw ay immediate and executory. Meron ka na bang update regarding that? Are they out of office already? Ano nang sitwasyon doon?
Yes, Bohol Governor Ari Somentado made that announcement on Facebook. It's a very emotional announcement that he made yesterday afternoon. And from the camp of Aumentado, they said that for now they are not filed an appeal before the ombudsman, and they will just accept the order as is. And Governor Aumentado also asked the employees there at the capital in Bohol to just continue working, and he calls for all the Bolanos to unite and fulfill the programs, or continue with the programs that they started in his administration.
All right. Sige. Thank you for joining us today, Dale, and hopefully next time again. Maraming salamat, One News Cebu Editor Dale Israel.
Daghang salamat.
Yan ang update. Mainit ang politika.
Mainit ang politika. Marami pa tayong gustong pag-usapan. But unfortunately, we don't have much time.
Thank you, Second Mile Coffee, for the coffee and the cream puff. Yun.
I can eat na.
Go.
Kanina hindi ako
Hindi ka ba
baka matilapid ako.
Okay.
Ang saya ko daw ngayon.
With that, siyempre, mag-iwan tayo na, wait lang, wala yung...
Nasaan na yung coat mo? Yan ka na naman.
May pinadala na ako.
Saan yung coat niya?
Yan, meron na yan dyan.
Meron tayong coat for today.
Dinalagay. Ito na lang, yung coat for today goes like this. Well done is better than well said. Benjamin Franklin. Kahapon sabi niyo, mahaba.
Action speak.
Kahapon, well done is better than well said. Kahapon, lahat kayo, kahit sa control, nagtatawanan niyo ako dahil mahaba. Ngayon, maiksi.
Okay. Good for you.
This whole day was a day of being bullied. No to bullying.
Grabe naman sa bullying.
And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Laguzad Castro.
And I'm Angelo Castro III. We are One News.
All sides, all the time.